So to ask, what do you do for a living?
I'm a CA.
You're a CA, you're a chartered accountant.
Asking, what do you actually do for a living? I'm an H2A worker in America.
I'm an interior designer. I specialize in imported Italian kitchens.
But if you do go entrepreneurial, I think the big part is you have to realize it's working 12 to 15 hours every single day for nothing.
Especially mining engineers, you make good money. I advise the youth
Actually getting into
get into farming. There's nothing going to be more valuable than land in the future. So.
Michelle,
Michelle, how are you doing today, Michelle?
Good, and you?
I'm good. And how important do you think education is?
Well, yes, education is very important, but I think it's important to choose the passion. You have to follow your passion at the end of the day. I absolutely love companies and industries and how everything works together. So even though I'm a CA and I'm finance and numbers, I actually work in implementing different controls, improving efficiencies in companies, that kind of thing.
Oh, so that's okay. So you're more of, and I guess you're more working in a more corporate environment.
Yes.
What advice would you have for someone who wants to take the more entrepreneurial route and become successful?
Well, honestly, I try and stay away of it because I'm very risk averse. I hate taking too big of risks.
I see.
But if you do go entrepreneurial, I think the big part is you have to realize it's working 12 to 15 hours every single day for nothing for at least 10 years, because you want to put everything you build in your company, you want to put back in so you can grow it as fast as you can.
And do you need to then adopt that more hustler mentality? Because I feel like someone might not be willing to put in the 12 hours but wants to become as successful as you are. Is there no way you can do it without committing all those hours?
I mean, yes, you can, but that's why you go corporate.
Is it?
You
Okay.
let somebody pay your salary.
Pay you a salary.
Yes, and still you live basic. So I lived in a very basic flat, 5K a month. I've lived there for 10 years. I've only recently, when I'm married, we only moved to a bit bigger place and both only pay 5K a month to afford the bigger place.
So you have a very...
You try and keep your overheads smaller. So typically like this car, the only reason I got it is because I'm only paying 7K for this. Paying 7K for this. Where normally you wouldn't. Normally you would pay 25 to 30K to afford a car like this, right? So only once your wealth is there. So for now, you have to have 3 months of salary savings. That's a big one, because in today's climate, you can lose your job tomorrow. Going into debt is just almost not an option, right? So you have to try and build your wealth. If your wealth platform is set, so I'm about 3 years away from that being set, then you can go buy your big house and you're probably going to pay it off in 5-6 years. My personal car, that's a Corolla Cross, I paid off in 1 year. So it's all about, don't go max out your salary. Go say, okay, let's see if I can pay my car 2 years. I think it's reasonable. I was in a very privileged position to pay it in a year. Try and pay off your car in 2 years and then start saving for your next one. So that payment you made, just keep putting it into a savings. Your next car you buy in cash.
It's
an idea. I mean, a car generally is a 5-year loan, 5-year, what do you call it?
Term.
Term, right? 5-year term. Generally 20% interest. That means you're paying your car twice.
Basically,
All of that money you're losing, it's going into the water. It's so unnecessary.
Is it?
Right?
And you sound like someone that's very financially literate. How does someone build that financial literacy? Is it YouTube videos? Just watch a couple YouTube videos, do this, do that with your money? Or does it come with experience?
A lot of financial literacy is watching YouTube videos. Honestly, I'm very...
University of YouTube.
Yes. CA didn't give me that literacy.
Is it?
Really. So CA is more, it's a lot of accounting. It's how do you do your corporate business. Doing your personal finances is so important. And YouTube videos is very well. There's a lot of reading material about it. Same basic principles. So you can probably catch it up. I think there's one book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Okay, very famous.
One of the best famous books, personal finance. If you read that, you have all of your bases covered. You don't need anything else.
I guess as a CA, what's the most amount of money you've made in a single year? I guess in your industry, what's the most amount of money someone can
If you work as a CFO, depending what company you work for, I think APSA got a bonus this year of like 38 mil.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
that's-
can do that. But again, if you want to work to that level, you're going to get back to your 18 hours a day.
Yeah,
And
okay.
you're going to have to take risks.
Yeah,
And if you want to get to that, you have to diversify yourself from, like, CA is not enough. You have to go say, what makes me different? What can I add to my company that nobody can?
Yeah.
That's how you get
It's
there.
not just about, going, reading books, becoming a CA, and then you're done. You have to be ambitious a little bit and want to do different things. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no
Sati.
problem. Have a good day.
So guys, as you guys heard, just had an interview with the CA. She mentioned the importance of education, saying that education is very important, but you need to have a bit of ambition to do different things. She mentioned, I think the CFO of Absa just dropped 38 million. So, I mean, you guys can see what you can do as a CA. I know a lot of you guys wanting to become CAs as well. So yeah, it's just about making yourself different, trying to stand out from the big sea of other CAs that exist out there. And that's how you make it. Stay tuned for the next one.
I'm here with
Vili.
Veli. So if you don't mind me asking, what do you actually do for a living?
I'm an H2A worker in America.
Yeah, in America. So
Yes.
international.
Yeah, international. I was in the in the mining industry
Yeah.
for about 3-4 years. And it's a good industry to go into, especially mining engineers. They
Yeah.
make good money.
Good.
And then I went out of the mining sector, went into farming. And I mean, we're all Africans. We love farming. It's in our blood.
Yeah.
And I advise the youth, like you asked me about the youth. I advise the youth,
To actually getting into it.
get into farming. There's nothing going to be more valuable than land in the future. So if you can get into farming, even if you start small, own a small piece of property, start farming and educate yourself on it, and take it from there.
Now, what are the sort of numbers you actually see in the industry that you're in?
Sort of
revenue.
numbers, revenue, it depends on which type of farming you do. Are you approaching the meat industry,
Yeah.
or are you approaching like corn and soya and stuff like that? It all depends on which sector in the industry you are approaching. So I can advise you on, even on the, like if you're going into mining, approach the gold mines. It's you're gonna clock your hours there to start with. It's gonna be hard work. You're gonna start at the bottom and just work yourself up. And then figures on in the mining industry. My brother-in-law is a mining engineer,
Yeah.
and he's about paying between 600 and 800,000 a month. If you're looking at rand.
Rent.
Yeah.
And that's actually a lot of money. That's millions.
That's a lot of money, and that's
Yeah.
not a year. That's monthly.
That's monthly.
Okay, so everyone was always speaking about offshore accounts.
Yeah.
So what you do is you go to Singapore.
Yeah.
You go and you open an account in Singapore, bank account.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost a bit, but it's worth it on the long run. And then you fly from Singapore, you go to Dubai, you open an account in Dubai, and you open a trust, and you register your company under the trust,
Yeah.
so you can take it from there. So
That's how you actually do it.
that's how you do. That's well, like I've spoken to millionaires and 1 billion, and he's following that route. The proof is in the pudding, and on the long term, if your business starts showing $6 figures, you're gonna want to do it like that,
That's the only
because
way to avoid certain
taxes
things.
is gonna kill you.
Okay, then my last question is going to be, what would you actually advise your 20-year-old self? So back there.
Back then, study harder,
Harder.
listen to your parents.
So does education play a big role in actually you making it in life?
I think education is a 50-50 game.
Yeah.
It depends on how you are
Utilize
wired.
it.
So for me, education, when I was in school, didn't play a big role. So I needed to learn everything the hard way. Fail, get up, try again. Fail, try, get up, try again. And that's the way to go forward.
You guys heard that yourself. Yo, that guy gave you guys game on how to avoid. Hey, let me not talk too much before I get cancelled. Most important, my friend, listen to that interview. Listen to that. It's a lot. But if you understand what he's saying, you guys will actually get the key concept of actually how billionaires and millionaires think. Because he hangs out with these people. He knows how they think. He knows how they operate. And with that being said, guys, there's a lot of money out here. Let's go get the next one.
Dion,
Dion, I have to ask you, what do you do for a living?
I'm an interior designer. I specialize in imported Italian kitchens.
And what advice would you have for someone who's in the youth who wants to become someone like yourself?
Study hard, work hard, and whilst you're at it, go check out a website called zeroregrets.co.za.
Okay.
You won't be sorry.
Do you think everyone is built to be an entrepreneur?
I think if you work hard enough and you have the right ideas, definitely you can. Obviously, entrepreneurs make a lot more money
Is it?
at the end of the day. Because
okay.
9 to 5 jobs, you basically sitting at a job where you still have to answer to somebody else.
Okay.
And you don't take part of the profits. Whereas if you're an entrepreneur, it's a lot more risk, but there's a lot more reward.